Give a huge raising the roof off, warm round of applause for Helen.
Hi, thanks George, thank you. Hi, welcome, thank you for coming. Today, my name is Helen Logan-Wood. In fact, my name's Helen Logan-Wood every day. So, hi, I'm Helen Logan-Wood, and today I'm going to talk to you about some trips that we organise to help build your businesses. Yay, thank you. So, I've got a question for you all. Okay, we're all really, really busy people. We all plan our tasks and we write to-do lists. We have them in our head or we write them on a bit of paper. We might write them for the day, what I want to get done today, what I want to get done this week, next month. So put your hands up if you can honestly say, this week you've actually finished everything on your to-do lists. Today? Today? Last month? No. So what haven't you done? So on your to-do list, there'll be you don't need to tell me, but there'll be quite a few things that you plan to do in the short term and you never actually get done. So the reason I'm saying that is the Property Leverage Business Builder Bootcamp is going to help you get some more things done than you would do normally. So that's the whole idea of the week, coming away with us. So this is what we feel like. We feel like we're sort of constantly sort of rushing around, never get everything done. We're just sort of hoping that, you know, time's not going to run out. We get our deadlines, come suddenly 7 o'clock in the evening, we're still on our emails and we haven't got anything done. So we're busy, rushing around, and we get a bit stressed. And eventually we get so much work, our to-do list grows and grows and grows until we actually sort of feel that we might burn out. Put your hands up if you know anyone who's actually gone down that route. Yeah, me too, I have to say as well. So yes, if you suddenly get so overwhelmed with all the things that you've got to do and you burn out. So you have to learn to slow down a little bit. So it all starts with when you start off at school. So there you are, 4 or 5 years old, you go to school and there's that little girl thinking, gosh, how long have I got to sit here? How long? All day? Just sitting, listening to people talking at me. And at that age, it's quite difficult to actually sit for such a long, long time. So there she is sort of staring out the window. She's got her whole life ahead of her. And then she obviously then goes to primary school, she goes through to secondary school, and then she might go and do college after that maybe, then perhaps go on to university. And then what happens? Then we go off and get jobs, don't we? And spend all our time 9 to 5, 9 to 6 doing a job. And suddenly our life just sort of, everything seems to take over. Perhaps we get families, we get married, have children, and there's just more pressures on our time, and time sort of ticking away. And then suddenly, you're thinking, at the end of your life, where did all that time go? She's changed, yeah. She's changed sex. I'm pretty clever at doing that. So yeah, so there he is looking at his watch, and he's thinking, end of my life, what did I actually do with my time? Was it worthwhile? What did I actually achieve in my lifetime? So what I say to you is, please don't let time and opportunity pass you by. Make sure that you actually do all the things that you want to do that are on your list. Make sure you do the important things. To me, the important things is time with my family, travelling. My 2 children are actually working abroad at the moment, but one in Australia, one in New Zealand. So one of my big whys is actually to make sure that I travel and I actually go and spend time with them wherever they're working in the world. So that's what I want to do with my time. So what if you chose to take some time out? So from your busy lives, trying to get all those things done, and you dedicated some time to your business strategies and goals for your future. So you actually took time out and you actually thought, well, where am I going? What are my goals? What do I want to do? And it can be life, it can be a business. What do I want to end up when I'm that old man with the little, looking at time disappeared? What do I want to have achieved? And particularly, what do you want to achieve in your business? We're all obviously here, you know, for business. So what do you want to achieve in your business? Would you like time to work on your mindset? Perhaps getting the right positive mindset to actually be able to do more in your day. Actually think about what you're going to do. Would you like time to actually work out what your goals and strategies are. What are your goals? Do you have long-term goals? Do you have goals that you want to do by the end of the year? Do you have goals that you want to do in 3 years' time? What are your goals that you would like to achieve? Would you like to, as your business grows, would you like to have somebody help your business grow? Actually tell you what you need to put into your business to actually speed it along the way. Rather than, as we all probably do, we're all sitting at home, very isolated on our own. We don't often always have people that we can ask and sound things off. It's a very lonely life being an entrepreneur. So would you like time to actually have somebody else help you with those goals and strategies? Help you put procedures and systems into your business so that it actually moves faster, and then perhaps you can actually outsource it to VAs, and then, as my dream is, travel a little bit more and go a little bit more because other people are doing things that you're doing. Perhaps if you've got property, you might be able to get a letting agent to actually do some of your things. There's lots of things that you can outsource once you've got those systems in place. So the solution. Today you have the opportunity to take control and fast-track your business property journey. And that is through the Property Leverage Business Builder Bootcamp. So what does it involve? It involves, when you actually come away for the week with us, it will involve training sessions. So the first sessions will be George, and he will actually be covering all your mindset. So we'll have sessions on our mindset, so mindset for success. He will help you work on your goals and your strategies. He'll actually help you build your business plan. So at the end of the week, you'll actually have a business plan that actually you can take home with you, and you know what your next steps are. We'll talk about branding and marketing, so how best to brand your business, how you can market it, perhaps using social media, and actually how you uniform all of those things to actually market your business really well. And again, what systems and procedures he's got in his business and how you can put those into your business. So why George? George Gannon, he's a mentor, speaker. Sorry, he's a mentor, he's a speaker, he's a trainer, and he's also a hands-free investing partner. And I again partner with George on some of his developments. In 2003, he started in property. He's been in property for about 14 years. So we all know what happened in sort of 2008, went down and up again. So he's actually gone through a recession. So he's actually got that experience, which is very valuable for all of us. He's got a diploma in construction. He's a commercial conversion expert. He founded Property Leverage in 2017, and he project manages multi-million pound developments. So he's got a lot of experience that he can actually bring to this week's training for you. So not only do you get George, we have workshops. So you not only get the training where you actually come, you write all your notes, you get your handouts, you'll actually get a session, a workshop where you'll actually be able to actually put into practice everything that you're taught. So if it is about branding and marketing, you'll actually have everyone in a group talking about branding and marketing your business. So it will be bespoke to your business, what you actually need in your business. And you'll work with the support from the trainers and other members of the group. Then after the workshop, we have something called a hands-on lab. This is going to be specifically bespoke to anyone that comes on the trip. So it's wherever you are in your business, what you need for your business. You might be just starting out, may want to do service accommodation, rent to rent, and you're thinking, how do I approach an estate agent? Have I got, I need a script, what I'm actually going to say. And that is something that perhaps we could provide for you. We could help you write that script using the experience of people in our network. So it can be something very simple like that, or you could be a lot further on in your journey, and it might be more about how you're going to sell a product, how you're going to create a product, how you're actually going to do a webinar, and then we will help you, provide you with the information to actually do a hands-on lab. So it will be for every evening. You'll actually write something from the training sessions that you would like to put into your business, and then we will all meet together and try and achieve that for you over the week. So, a bit about me. I started life at Midland Bank. No such thing as Midland Bank anymore, it's now HSBC, it's just disappeared. But I used to work in Baker Street in London for Midland Bank, and I worked for Harrow County Council. I used to work in social services. I worked as a team clerk for 13 social workers. And I also worked at Ealing County Council, and I used to do youth work. So I used to do that in the evening and at the weekend. So I give up my time to actually run a girls' club. So there were about 14, 15-year-old girls, all having sort of quite difficult issues about, how they dealt with life and things that they were coping with. So we'd actually run an evening, we'd take them out on trips, have a weekend away, take them on a barge, a canal boat, and just really talk to them about what they actually need. And then I decided that I wanted to go back to university and become a teacher. So I've got 2 children at this time, so I've actually gone back to university with 2 young children. And after a couple of years of my teacher training, it's a 4-year degree, I actually separated from my husband. So I actually then became a single parent, bringing up 2 children at university, trying to do a degree. So I actually resolved that by getting an au pair, which was great, because then she could do all my cleaning, all my everything, look after the children, and I could then still carry on with my degree and start working as well. Then I did remarry, and my new husband and I, we moved to Devon, and we opened a IT consultancy company. So he was the IT expert, and I used to do all the bookkeeping and run the office for him. And then I used to do that at the same time as I was teaching, because I used to do supply teaching and used to run that. But I then became a full-class teacher, so we did actually close the business down. Now, 2016, I opened my first property company. I was working, we'd moved to Essex to be with my husband's parents who were not very well. And I was thinking, what do I want to do? I don't want to do teaching anymore. I want to do something different. So I did some voluntary work, and I was walking to the voluntary centre on the way to work, and I actually tripped over and broke my ankle. And actually that was one of the best things that happened to me, because it actually gave me 3 months at home with my foot up to actually think about what am I going to do. And I came across a book that was called The 3+1 Plan for Pensions. And it was by Brett Algra Brown. And he was saying that basically you need 3 properties and the one you live in to actually be able to retire, and that's your pension for you. So then I moved on to Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kawasaki, thank you, Robert Kawasaki. And so I thought, oh, this is really interesting. So I came to an event like today and actually decided, yeah, this is what I was going to do. So yeah, I started up a property company, went on a few property courses, and that is my first HMO. So I bought a student HMO, that was my very first one. It doesn't cash flow a lot of money, but it was a real learning curve for me. So it showed me how to run an HMO. It gave me all the experience of actually running one, and it was quite small. With hindsight, I wish I'd gone for a 5-bedroom, because that 5th bedroom would have been pure profit for me. So, but it's enough. As my first one, I don't mind. And then I was introduced to this handsome chappie. This is George Gannon, a very young George Gannon. And, sorry?
Still in high school.
Looks very smart, doesn't he?
Still in high school.
Yeah, so I was introduced to George. And I invest in one of George's projects, the Tanglewood Mill in Derby. So I'm one of his investors for that one. This one here is actually in Ripley in Surrey, and this is actually for another company called KHPS. So I invest in that property as well. That one's actually almost finished. So that's in December. I'm due to get my money investment back for that one. So looking forward to reinvesting in something else. And then George invited me to come to the inner circle. So I thought that was a great idea to actually mix with a lot of like-minded people and actually be able to share the experience of the group, have the peer group to support me as I'm going along. And then as part of that, I decided that I'm actually going to invest in the building next door, Nether Hall. So I'm actually one of his investors, so I've got equity in his company that's building Nether Hall as well. And I also, someone else in the inner circle does HMOs, and this one here is an HMO that's actually in Nottingham. So I helped this person to actually acquire the property and set it up and buy all the furniture and things for him. I do other investments. I don't know if any of you have heard of Indiegogo. These are starter-up companies. So they're companies that have an idea, they don't have the funding, and they're actually looking for funding to actually fund their projects. So I get emails from this group, and so these are a couple of the ones that I've actually thought were quite interesting to help invest. So it's crowdfunding, so lots of people actually sort of provide funding for it. So the first one is a cable that you can wear with a power bank. So your mobile phone will never actually run out of power because you'll actually be wearing it on your wrist. So that's due to actually be finished in the next couple of months. Then the other one that I'm investing is actually a hearing aid. So they're testing this hearing aid, so it's literally just going to be something that puts in the ear, but it's actually supposed to be a really, really good one. They've done a lot of testing, and they're hoping that should be in the next about 8 months. It should be ready to. They're trialling at the moment. There's been a lot of really positive feedback. So
it's not that big, is it?
No, no. It's not a great big thing like the old mobile phones. No, definitely not, Ginny. And then, I don't know if you've heard of Lend with Care. So these are entrepreneurs that actually in places like Cambodia, Vietnam, Gambia, and they only want very, very small amounts of money to set up their entrepreneurship businesses. So I'm investing in Franco Bolivar. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not going to say any more of it. So he wanted a small loan to help him with his farm. And as soon as he's actually making a profit, you then get your money back. But as you can see, it's £4 here and £2 there. But to them, that's their livelihood. It's an awful lot of money. On Saturday, I invested in Mrs. Lo Tai Hoa in Vietnam. So she's a 30-year-old and lives in a small village in Vietnam. And their incomes they get from selling vegetables, and they've got some cows, and that's how they actually pay to put food on the table, and it just about covers their food on their table. They're hoping to actually increase their herd, get another cow, so that they can actually pay for their children to go to school. So I thought that was a really good one to invest in, so I've lent some money with that. But anyone can do it if you just Google Lend with Care, and then you can find out a bit more about that if you wanted to. So back to my property side of my investments. Can anyone see, with the investments that I've got, what am I lacking? Can you see the problem that I might be having?
Cash flow.
Excellent, yeah, cash flow. I've got lots of investments that go out for a year, 2 years before I get any return on it, because it's all rolled over until the end of the project. The only one that's actually cash flowing for me is the student HMO that I've got down here. So that's my problem, is cash flow. So that's why I decided when George approached me to actually go on the Bangkok, Thailand trip, the Bootcamp, the Property Leverage Business Builder Bootcamp. So that's us all doing our work. We're doing a bit of mind setting. We're building our business plans. We're all sitting around talking. And then George actually challenged us to go out and actually find investors in Thailand. So we managed to find a networking meeting that was running called Internations. And we actually went there for the evening. And I tell you, I was really out of my comfort zone. Going into a strange place, lots of foreigners, asking them to come and invest in property in the UK. It was just not something that I was familiar with. It was a bit out of my comfort zone. But we actually did it. And there we are in the evening talking to people. And it was actually wonderful. Once it had finished and once we were there, it was just such an experience. And we did actually manage in this one here. We've got an estate agent and somebody who had a property that he was trying to sell. So he's trying to sell his property, wasn't getting much luck, so we put him in touch with the agent, and she was then going to really try and help him sell his property. And then once his property is sold, he's then going to use that investment and buy something in the UK. And there was a few other things like that happened over that evening, which was really good. And then this is us. We did a Thai boxing. So I, unfortunately, because I had my broken ankle, wasn't able to do it. So I took all the photographs. But they had an absolutely wonderful time doing the Thai boxing. And this is us going out on the tuts, and I tell you, that was the most terrifying experience. I was thinking, they just go really, really fast, and they just sort of cut everyone up on bikes. But actually, once I'd done it, I thought, oh yeah, let's do that again. It was really good. So I'm really pleased that we actually did do that. And then obviously our hotel, and we did actually go to the Red Sky Bar as our one main really sort of plush evening out. And it's 52 floors up in Bangkok. And we could just see in the evening all over Bangkok, the lights, and the meal was just amazing, and it was just had such a lovely atmosphere. So that was a really nice. So it's not all work, it's majority work, but we do actually go out and have some occasions. I'm now clear how I'm taking my business forward, because with the group we actually sat down and we actually worked on my business plan. So I now have that long-term plan. So my business plan has clear strategies. I've got a 3-year goal and my next steps how to achieve those goals. So I'm actually putting them into practice, so I'm actually working towards my goals. And I now understand how I can brand and market my business a lot better than I used to, and market it much more effectively. So it was really successful for me to actually understand what marketing meant, what branding meant, and how I could actually apply that into my own business. So the solution to my problem of the limited cash flow, how did the Property Leverage Business Builder Bootcamp, that's like a tongue twister, actually help me? So as a result, 6 joint ventures occurred during the week. So 6 people actually decided to work together as a result of the Business Bootcamp. I met a joint venture partner, and together we've got a number of rent-to-rent serviced accommodations, and they're up and running, and I'm now on target to increase those by the end of the year. So it's like a rolling plan. We keep investing, keep getting more, and we're putting them on a 2-year lease so that we just literally keep them flowing and we start getting cash flow. So this is one of them. So that was July. On July, on one of the units, I got £533 and 10 pence. It's not a huge amount, but it's starting to build my cash flow. Next one, I've got 677 on the next one, serviced accommodation. So just on those 2, as a result of going to the boot camp, my cash flow has increased by 1,200 every month. So I'm actually starting to resolve that cash flow problem by meeting a joint venture partner. And that's 14,520 a year extra income that I'm getting. And if we carry on doing this, then hopefully my cash flow is just going to grow and grow and grow. Michelle Trimble is one of the ladies that were actually on the boot camp as well. And she says that the Thailand Business Builder Bootcamp was a great opportunity to reset her mind, focus on her goals with an experienced property expert, George. George is dedicated to all his mentees, and she met some fantastic people to invest with on future projects and had fun on the way. And I've also got Rushdie. He wrote another lovely testimonial saying it was a brilliant trip. He really enjoyed the mastermind group sessions every morning with other property enthusiasts. He was resistant to go at first as he's got a 9-month-old daughter, and he works offshore a lot, so he's away from home an awful lot. So he said it was a really tough decision. However, he says it turned out to be the best decision that he made, and that he met a business partner during the trip, and he's now running and operating several serviced accommodation units in Belfast. The course was delivered during the trip was amazing, he says, and there was lots of valuable content, and it has certainly helped him grow his investment business. So he says, thank you, George Gannon and the team. So what will you get? You will get, as I said, you'll get the training to build your business. You'll get a workshop and the hands-on lab, but you will also get these mastermind sessions that Rushdie talks about, where you'll actually sit around a table with a group of people and you'll actually talk about your businesses. So you'll talk about what your business does, what the challenges are. As my problem was sort of cash flow, we'll talk about how that could be resolved within the group. And once you get to know what everyone's doing, you can see how you can actually join up. You're with each other for a whole week, you build that trust, and you have that. They do say that you have to have 7 coffees with someone before you start building the trust to do a joint venture. This does it really quickly for you. So you don't have to keep paying out for lots of cup of coffee, just the holiday. And you also get mentorship with George. So George will actually have one-to-one mentorship with you during the actual trip. This is the easier way to succeed fast. So you can actually go away, you can go and do your business plans all on your own, set your goals, sit on your own in your office, or you can come with us and actually have it on speed dial, get it done really, really quickly. Before you come on the trip, you'll actually be given an application form. And the reason for that is because obviously we all move in our property business at we're all at different levels. So a month before you go, we would send you the application form, hole in the floor, and you will actually write about where you are, any problems that you've got, what you're hoping to do, what you want to get out of the boot camp. And then we will actually sit down and we'll work out a sort of bespoke training for you. So we'll know whether you're doing service accommodation or HMO and which trainers to actually sort of bring out with us. William Kane, we had a competition last year, earlier this year rather, and he was one of the lucky winners that actually won a place on the holiday. Now, he says that he wanted to give a quick testimonial about his experience with the Property Leverage Bootcamp. He said it was amazing from start to finish. He says that George was fantastic in his delivery and the content every day in the workshops was packed full of information. He says it's funny. At the first day workshop, he was asked so many personal questions that he wasn't expecting to be asked, and this opened up his mindset. Because a lot of people don't actually sort of think about how their mindset can actually make them think and work and achieve things a lot quicker by having that positive mindset. He says the group, George helped me think about business, branding, visions and his goals, and that the group was amazing, people doing so many different things. He said, I set goals whilst I was in Thailand for him personally and for his business. So it was like personal things, goals and business goals. And that since the Thailand bootcamp, his service accommodation business can only be described as being on steroids, which is a great compliment. It has multiplied tremendously. For me, the best thing about the bootcamp was the group, the learning, and the overall experience. It was absolutely brilliant, and he would recommend it to anyone, no matter how far along their property journey they are. He says, get on the next bootcamp. So there are 3 options for this bootcamp. For the Business Builder Bootcamp, you have 3 choices because different people like different things. So the first option is a long haul trip where we'll go to a beach resort in Thailand. The second one is a short flight, so short haul, where we actually go to Madeira, which is an island off of Morocco, off of Africa, but it actually belongs to Portugal. And then the other one, for those people that don't have the time to take the whole week, we're going to do a 4-day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, long weekend, so that hopefully that will something to suit everybody and their business demands. So the long haul for Thailand, we're going to the resort Ifsan Huas Hin Beach Resort. The dates are Thursday the 19th to 27th of April. Fly out from Heathrow to Bangkok. And included in the price is the flights, transfer to and from the hotel, from the airport, the accommodation. We've managed to secure singular occupancy rooms so that you don't have to share with other people. And you're going to get bed and breakfast, though your drinks aren't included. Set lunch or buffets providing in the meeting room. So while we're actually during the meeting room, we will provide a lunch in the room, or there'll be a buffet if you need to sort of break away and just have a bit of time out over the lunchtime. Then the morning and the afternoon break, there will be sort of hot coffee, tea, beverages, and snacks and water. So there's some of the pictures of the resort. It's actually set among 20 acres of landscaped, lush tropical gardens with ponds. And it's right on the beach as well, so there's lots of sort of sports activities and very relaxing. King Rama VI built it, a palace sort of in the little town in 1926, and it remains the Thai royal summer palace to this day. So they obviously like it, so it seems like a really good place to go. We do one excursion at the end of the trip just so that we can all have sort of a real fun to actually round off the week. And the trip on this is a trip in a boat along the coast to a fishing village, and then we'll stop in the fishing village and actually sort of get a feel some of the culture. The Madeira, which is the short haul, is in October, and we've actually made sure the dates. I've got a travel counsellor who's actually organised the dates, so it's not monsoon season in any of these places that we're actually going. We will get good weather, which is why we've chosen these dates. So October the 10th to the 17th, and this one we're going from Gatwick rather than Heathrow. Again, the prices include pretty much the same thing: flights, accommodation, single occupancy, half board, breakfast and dinner, and a buffet lunch on training days. Madeira is located in Calheta. It looks over the sea and is near a marina. And it's a special spa resort, so there is sort of spa facilities, swimming pools. They've actually got 3 outdoor pools on this one. And it's right, as you can see, there's an infinity pool that just literally looks over the ocean, and a gym for anyone who's feeling energetic early in the morning. And the trip we're doing is, again, another boat trip. This time we're going to watch dolphins and whales and turtles. And if we can manage to get the coach, depending on the time of year, we might get the opportunity to, if people want to actually go swimming with the dolphins as well. Long weekend. This option will be confirmed once all the details are available. I'm waiting for all the information back. We're looking at different hotels in the UK. We think at the moment, having spoken to some of the hotels, it's going to be a Thursday to Sunday. And if you want this option, then if you just let us know, and then we can give the details once everything is confirmed. Thailand. The long haul in April is 4,977. The Madeira short haul is 3,997. And the early bird, just for you people at the event here, the first 3 will get a full 20% discount. So the first 3 people to sign up. So that for Thailand, that's a saving of almost £1,000, and for Madeira, that's a saving of almost £800. First person to sign up will get the free half-an-hour mentorship call with George. And you can choose whether that's before or afterwards. And the first 3 to pay in full will get a 2-hour free group mentorship session with George as well. So if you want to reserve your place on any of the boot camps, then you'll need to sign up, and to show your commitment, leave a deposit of £200 today and your contact details so we can obviously get back to you. So if you need time to make a decision, then if you leave your contact details, obviously you won't get those discounts that we've given you. It will be the full price, but if you do need to actually check with partners or anything, but I recommend if you do want to go, you actually put your deposit down and we'll get you signed up so that you can get that discount. Has anybody got any questions about the boot camp?
Sorry, how long was the Thailand trip? I didn't see that.
It's 7 days, yeah. Because it's longer haul, we've got, obviously, it's an extra day for travel on either side of that. Okay, all happy with that? So there's contact details if anybody wants to take a camera shot. And if you wanted to get back to us, then you can actually contact us later. Okay, thank you very much. And if you would all like to, we're breaking now for a coffee. So if you want to sort of have a coffee, network, and then you can go and have a chat. Thanks very much.